Good evening and welcome to the show. Just sorting some things out. Bear with me a moment. Okay, cool. Good evening, Natty. Welcome to the show. If you'd like a reading, please visit the shop and you could purchase a reading, and we could do a live reading for you about anything and everything. 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 Hi, Noxie. Thank you for joining the show. Hope you're doing well. Mm, not today. I'm not doing it today, but that's for Whatnot. If you want to go on Whatnot, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to purchase something there, and you can get a reading done. Good evening, Gail. Welcome, Gail. Welcome to the show. If you'd like a reading, you can get it from the shop. Please feel free to view the shop as well and my general profile. Good evening, Twinkie. Twinkie? Twinkle, my bad. No, it is Twinkie. Cheers. Welcome to the show. If you'd like a reading, feel free to visit the shop. You can purchase a reading. Good evening, Katie. Welcome to the show. I mean, it might seem quite boring because I'm not doing any free readings today as such. So if you'd like a reading, then please feel free to visit the shop. There's only one product in there. So yes, feel free to purchase a reading. I was gifted these lovely cards by a good friend of mine. His name's Alex Seckham. So if you are into personal training or you'd like a personal trainer, he's fantastic. If you're up north in the UK, Alex Seckham Fitness on Instagram. Shout out to Alex, and thank you again, Alex, for this lovely gift. It means a lot. How's the weather wherever you guys are? It's boiling here. It's very stuffy, so I do apologize if you hear my water bottles crinkling. Massive gulp of water. Yeah, it's very humid here as well. Very humid, and then I'm sitting next to a laptop, and I just can just feel the heat from the fan just hitting my face. And I think as the as I stay online for longer, the heat from the phone, the heat from the laptop, I can just feel like it's all drying my throat up a lot more faster than it would have otherwise. Um, Hi Shah, yes, just today, if that's okay. But please feel free to join on Whatnot. Whatnot gives you, I think, £5 or £10 credit to use. I'd be grateful if you could use it on my shop. If not, that's okay. Yes, I've also got a dog, a miniature poodle, and I've got him this watermelon ice and a cooling mat. He hardly sleeps on it though, but he does like it. He loves sleeping in the bathroom, but because luckily we have laminate floor, and I think he just puts his back against the skirting board because it's probably cooler, and he just knocks out. But his favorite place is the bathroom for sure. He just puts his head against the toilet, the bottom part of the toilet because it's ceramic, so it's probably cooler. Or then he puts it against the bathtub. But yeah, I got him the mat for a reason. He hardly uses it. He uses it sometimes too during the day, here and there. But that's smart. Yeah, I think I put it once on underneath the bathroom bath mat. Um, and I think it did work. But he just loves like just scratching, scratching his paws. But the good thing with that was then you couldn't really hear. When they scratch like the plastic thing, you could just hear it, and they just go on and on and on and on. But this way it was good because the bathroom mat wasn't making too much noise. And I've got a newborn too, and he loves the newborn. guys on YouTube, if you check out the description, you'll be able to. You'll have a link to the invite, and you can get £10. Um, yeah, the £10 worth of credit from Whatnot. Good evening, Lucy. Good evening, is it Lorna and Andy? Welcome, guys. We were just discussing dogs and how to keep them cool during this humid heat where we are. So yeah, if you have any tips and tricks on how to keep dogs cool, do share them. I'll start on a reading for the collective in general, and we'll see what's going on, what's on everyone's mind. We have some people viewing us on YouTube, and if you can subscribe to my channel, The Golden Path Tarot. I'm only 40 away from 1,000 subscribers. I think the hard thing would be maintaining it, but let's hope it only gets higher. So I'll do a collective reading for those that are watching, and I hope it provides some clarity and some, let's say, clarity and some sort of reassurance and some hope. And these cards are gorgeous. It looks cool. So we have the Page of Swords reversed. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Hey, we're talking about dogs. Look at that. Wow, you can't even see the cards now. More than anything, it's the light in the room that's horrendous. That'll be too dark. Let me turn this off and see if it works. Yes. Okay, but yeah, you can't see them, and I do apologize, but we have the Page of Swords, and then we have the King of Pentacles. And this is a collective reading for anyone or anyone that's watching or has just joined. But if you would like a personal reading, please feel free to visit the shop. Those on YouTube, the information is in the chat. Apologies if I can't see your messages right now. Just about to do this collective reading for everyone. So I feel quite. Some of you have had the worlds turned upside down with the Page of Cups. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. If you would like another reading, please feel free to message me in the chat here, and I will do a reading for you. But I'll just do this quick collective reading for everyone that's watching and that's joined over both platforms. Please do bear with me; it can be quite difficult managing the two. So this is a collective reading for everyone that's watching, listening, and has joined us. So I do want to say thank you for sharing your time with me. So we've got the Two of Pentacles and the King of and the Page of Swords. Where are we going? The feeling I'm getting is that some of you are fighting between ideas. Even if you look at the picture there, some of you fighting with ideas, and then some of you are feeling like you've got your life sorted out in a way, and you've got great companionship. You've got really good companionship, and you're kind of the center of your own life, and you've kind of figured it out how to do that. Because some people, being the main character energy kind of thing. So that's what I'm getting. You've been in the sidelines, you've been behind the scenes, and now you're all about yourself. Not in a bad way or in an ego way. It's more about sorting your priorities out, and it's all about putting yourself first now. And that's the energy I get with the King of Pentacles. And then with the Page of Swords, I think it's about a lot of you are being indecisive about something. So it's not, you want to be free. There's a freedom attached. You've done your battles, but now you're stuck in between making a decision. There've been people around you that have, I won't say chatting shit, but it's more about like they're not telling you the full picture, the full story, and there's been a lot of immature behavior. I'm not talking about childish. I'm talking about immature in terms of when adults are just being silly and playing mind games. But for you to overcome this, you need to stop scattering your energy and stop dividing your focus in order to live this life. So that will need to come with discipline, with a plan, but not only just in theory, but you need to act on it. So avoid, there will be some sort of miscommunication. So like I said, people telling you half truths. So you need to start responding like a king, because that's what you are. Well, if you just hyper not hypothetically, but for this reading. So yeah, so you act like abundance. You've got abundance of resources. You've got to act like you've got abundance of wealth, abundance of ideas. You're not really depending on anyone but yourself. So that's something you ought to stick with, because eventually everyone in the background will blur out. And I think that's where you need to be at, where you know what the main picture is all about. So if something, I have a feeling you're going to be pulled into a really petty conversation very soon. It might start off as nothing, but then later on it's going to become really petty and it's going to be a waste of your energy. So it'd be very important that focus on yourself. I'm not saying stop socializing completely. No, no, of course socialize. It's good to have friends, speak to them, but don't get involved in any drama. And if you feel like you're getting pulled into something, just try, have a contingency plan to get out of it. So in terms of money and career, um, a lot of you are maybe starting a new job, or thinking about a new job, or maybe some of you are starting to get back to work perhaps, and some of you have come across a new idea that you want to do or have found an opportunity. I will just say read the facts. If you already have, read them again and with a fresh mind. Go over it, and in our corporate world, I think, is it called a Spock check? Um, where another colleague or another person kind of goes through, or a spot check. I think it's bare eyes. I forgot what it is, but anyway, when another colleague or someone else goes over your work or goes over the paperwork, in general, so you should maybe you know to do some research or get maybe a friend or some sort of family member to just go over the documents, or with a fresh mind, but more importantly, they won't have any bias as such. And in relationships, a lot of some people are just observing you. Some sort of like they're missing you in a way. If you've been through a breakup recently or anything like that, they are. I have a feeling keeping the tabs on you. In a nice way, they're probably just missing you, or they kind of regret leaving you, um, as such. And it'll be really important to focus on loyalty with the Page of Swords, um, and also check their behavior. Anyone can say nice things, but it's really important if they act on it. And as my own opinion goes, I always say that 6 months. Give it all. Always give it 6 months. You can't see the cards, and it's really annoying me. Ah, yes, perfect spot. There we go. We found our sweet spot. So give it 6 months. Analyze them as well in a nice way. Don't come across as a private investigator or anything like that. Spiritually, control the mind. Like I said, with the Page of Swords, there's a lot of scattered energy. You want to do so many things at once, but it's not possible. So, you know, gather gather the information that you need, that you want, and go in one direction. Pick one direction, and then live like a king. I'm not saying fake it till you make it as such, but your energy, your vibe needs to be. Oh wow, okay, apologies. A lot of things going on right now, but yeah, your main energy and your main sort of thing needs to be that you're living life like a king, that you're in charge. Don't be controlling, but that you're in charge, that you are making the decisions And like a king, king asks his advisor, of everything, what's going on, what's happening. So but you need the full picture. Some advisors don't tell the correct picture. So and even with this, with the dog, what I'm saying, like loyalty, it speaks. You need someone that's loyal to you, for your new venture, for your job. And don't go out seeking for them, but they may just eventually come up. But what I'm saying is, if this is not sorted out, this won't come. So you need to um, just write things down and start acting on your idea, see what the missing gaps are, and then live like a king. So if you have any questions about the reading or anything like that, please feel free to yeah, oh my god, I'm out of words today. Yeah, please feel free to visit the shop. There's only one product in there, and yeah, could do a detailed reading in anything and everything that you want. No problems at all. Let me quickly check YouTube. Hi, Jennifer. Yes, thank you so much. I will be doing your reading now. Okay. 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 Um, so just going off yesterday's, or the day before's conversation, what I think what you ought to do is, and this is the thing I said in your first reading, is that you, um, if you want to support them as a friend from the sidelines, you're more than welcome to, but you need to set those boundaries. Because if you don't set those boundaries, it will not be very good for you. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, but yeah, so you need to set those boundaries very, very reasonably. And if you are very attached to this person, and you really want to be with them, then I think that's a decision for you to make. And like I said, even yesterday, you need to get that information right, balance everything out, and see if it does fit in with you and your lifestyle. And if there are ways in which you can help them, um, then by all means you should, or perhaps signpost them to places where they could get the help that they need. Okay, so now this is for Jennifer. I mean, you did say he was working on himself, but to what extent, I wouldn't know that. But if I mean, it's glad that he's open up to you, and I think you should use that in a positive way. Um, let's see. Yeah, this is our sweet spot here. Okay. It's the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. And really good cards. A lot of color, a lot of light. And then I can just feel there's you at this sort of, important decision point in your life. Okay, sorry. Okay. So the question is, does he plan to move on or work on things with you? Okay. So I think right now, even as I said before, you're craving a lot of freedom. You've given a lot of your energy to this relationship. So this is the image that you want. This is you. You're the Ten of Pentacles. You want that family. You want that stability. You want to move forward in your life and achieve, a homely sort of atmosphere. So being precise about your question, He's mentally considering distance. You know, like when the mind and heart are playing with each other. He's going through that dilemma at the moment, and but emotionally he's sort of attached to you, I think, because I feel like as if he knows you'll always just be there to support him, like a safety net sort of thing. But there's a fine line between appreciating someone and then taking someone for granted. With the Six of Swords, it shows him that he wants peace, he wants less conflict, he doesn't want any emotional pressure. The last thing I want is, or anyone, or even used to him to blame what he's going through on you, you know. So a part of him is thinking about moving on or creating or at least creating some sort of distance. But then with the ten of Pentacles, you know, it's long term connection. There's a history, there's family energy, there's stability. On you know, I think he may ponder, or he probably is pondering what can be or what could have been. You know, he's not viewing this something as meaningless. There is meaning. Like I said, he's attached already. You know, there's a part of him that wants to stick. There's a sense of like this could be serious. It's possible that he hasn't been through something like this before, and this relationship's kind of taken him back a bit. So you know, I think that's really important to understand that as well. Um, so I think he also wants the same goal as you, but like I said, I don't think he knows how to get there, or it's something he hasn't felt before. Um, so I think you ought to you know, move on, not as in like you take the next steps with caution. If the distance is there and he wants to keep the distance, then by all means, you know, there's no need to force. You shouldn't force anyone. You know, it's fine. You can go their way, they can go their way, and you should go on your own way and build your own life. And I did say to you that uh, uh, if you pay this situation a lot more attention, you would lose that opportunity that's coming your way, because you'll be so focused on this, so drained. You know, I do say drained, um, that you won't be able to realize what's just went past. So, but also, you know, it's saying he's not done forever. In all honesty, he wants to make the effort, but is unaware. He feels like it's too much for him. But also, I think he also wants freedom. So I think this whole thing is about pressure and freedom, and uh, mentally he feels like he's tied down to something. I don't think he's used to being like that. I don't think he's been in a mature relationship before. I feel as if you want to carry him forward. You want to carry him higher. You want to, you know, treat him like a king and respect him, and like, you know, make sure he's ready for the world in a way, almost sort of like mentoring him. I feel as if, you know, you've got so a wealth of knowledge and a, you know, abundance of resources where you're able to provide him with, you know, don't want to say treat him like a king, but like any good partner would. You know, you want to look after him, make sure he's well, and he's going out in the world and achieving his dreams. And I don't think you want to hold him back either. And I can feel why you're so attached to him, because you see that potential that he probably doesn't see. So I think for now, keep having conversations with him, making sure that he's okay, and if there's any way in that he can, you can support him. But I would be very careful about being romantic physically as such, because then that will create another cycle and it will make things very messy again. So I think right now he probably also needs to just figure out what he wants to do. But I also feel with this, your freedom as well, mental and, you know, physical, because you won't be drained as such and you won't be tied down to anything or anyone. You have brilliant stuff coming up with or without him. With or without him. Yeah, okay, okay, I'm glad. I've just seen your message now. Oh wow, okay. I mean, wow. Yeah, so he's probably just taken back a bit, but I'm saying um it's probably a time for you to give yourself a lot more attention than you are giving. Because even yesterday I said you've got brilliant stuff coming up, and I'm just afraid you might miss it because your energy and your time and everything might be placed elsewhere. So support them as much as you can, as much, you know, not as much as you want to, but as much as you can. Signpost them if you have to. And if you haven't already, you should start looking at becoming a mentor or a consultant in something. Yeah, you've got great stuff coming up. Okay, looking at so thank you, Jennifer, for that. Really appreciate it. I hope the reading helped provide clarity in any way, and has helped you, and has given you some hope. You're very welcome. So yeah, that was for Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. Good evening to everyone, those on Whatnot. Hope you guys are having a lovely evening. If you'd like a reading, you can please feel free to purchase it from the store, from the shop. If you can, and if you have YouTube, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. Only 40 away from 1,000, so that would be good. I did say the hardest part would be maintaining it, but yeah. I can do another quick collective reading again. Hi Ruby. Hi Ellie. Hi Dan. Bev. Hi Lavishka, welcome back Lavishka. It's great to see you. Well, that you're on part of the show. Cool. Hi the Angel Shop. Welcome to the Golden Path Tarot. Okay, so I'll do a quick another collective vibe check. Let's see what's happening in everyone's lives. We'll focus this one on love. Okay. They say anyone in love is a fool. So we have the Fool here. But yeah, okay, cool. Some of you are spicing up your life, to say the least. Hi there. So I think, yeah, some of you are spicing up your life, which is nice, but just be careful. Sometimes too much spice isn't good the next day. Just saying. So I do apologize. The lighting is poor today. That's on my part. I will try working on that and try fixing the lighting somehow. Okay, so this is a collective love reading for everyone that's watching on Whatnot and YouTube. So yeah, as I was saying, a lot of you are. Hi there. Hi Turab, welcome to the show on YouTube. Yeah, feel free to visit the links I've pinned down, or please feel free to join Whatnot, and I'm more than happy to do a reading for you. Okay, so so I think a lot of you are breaking out of the old love patterns and are stepping into a new chapter. You know, you are this time actually following your heart and loving yourself, which I think is so important. Um, the Hierophant reversed, it shows that you're being very unorthodox in your ways, and especially how you're dealing with relationships in general. You're breaking the barriers of like traditional relationship labels. Um, the old conditioning in terms of love, the image you have of a relationship and partnership as such, and family expectations or any habits, you're kind of breaking out of them in a good way. You've kept the stuff that's good, and now in a love scene or in a romantic way, now you've become a better person. So now not know, but now you kind of agree with yourself and your actions and your behavior, and now you know what you're looking for, and now you know what you want rather than just guessing, which I think is a brilliant upgrade or an update, you could say. So even with the Fool, it's a fresh start. um, you're taking a chance, um, in sort of trusting someone and trusting yourself. Most importantly, you're getting emotional freedom. So if you were tied down in a not a nice relationship, or if you weren't feeling happy, happiness is coming your way, and now you're feeling so confident in choosing what felt unfamiliar, in this sort of environment. So now you're not afraid to take a risk, or you're not afraid to try new things. I mean, in the bedroom, do whatever you want, not a problem. But yeah, but I'm talking about generally in love and people and relationships. So that's I think that's a brilliant, like, when now you feel a lot more confident because you know what you want, and you've understood all of your lessons learned from your past relationships, from your and your experiences, and you sort of become who you want to become, and now you're even becoming more and more developed. I can't explain how important it is to know what you want, and how you've gathered all of that, and you've suddenly just woken up and been like, yes, I know what I want, and I'm gonna go out and probably find it or get it, or work towards it. It could be that you're in a current relationship and now you know how to make it better or fix it, or now you've probably understood what your partner wants, or you've you've woken up and you've understood. I'm not saying you've woken up and you've chosen to fight as such, but you've kind of there to seize that, to conquer that relationship, and to make it the best you can for your own sake. You're not doing love in that traditional way, is what I'm trying to say. You're being very, that's what I'm saying, you're spicing up your life. Um, but yeah, if you're single, um, you're not comparing your new relationship in terms, you're not looking for what you've had in the past. You're looking for probably something new, someone different who can teach you something, who can sort of unlock your other part, in terms of, if you're a quiet person, or someone who could make you a bit louder, and if you're a loud person, someone who can sort of mellow you out a bit. So that's there. And you're not being too bogged down by expectations. I'm not saying go out there and hook up and stuff. No, I wouldn't. I'm not suggesting that. But it's more like you're free, like like the wind just blows in any direction, and it's just going with the flow, and you're just seeing how things. It's very beautiful, very romantic. You walk in, let's say Italy, for example. You're walking in Italy, and there's a nice lake or river that some water. You're just taking, and there's a cool breeze. Um, and the stars are out, and it's just very romantic, but in a nice unorthodox way. I mean, it's funny I did say Italy, but no, it would have been very cliche if I said France, but I said Italy, because maybe I'm feeling some gelato. But anyway, um, so yeah, so it's very, very beautiful picture that's coming up in your love life. But like I was saying before, don't take the Fool to as a card to, or as the energy to be careless. Yes, it's a beautiful start. Yes, it's fresh, but it still needs honesty. It needs the authenticity. Just be careful. You don't become too rebellious, you know, and you don't start questioning, how do I avoid commitment and this and that, the other. But be true to yourself. Be true to the person, or people that you're entering a relationship with. It could also be a business contract. Maybe you've taken a risk and taken on a client or something like that. So for the whole collective that are watching, many of you are being guided to kind of release the old, and some of you have already released it, old relationship patterns and actions and habits that you've had. You're not living to, and well, now you're sort of stopping living to other people's expectations, and you're actually taking a genuine leap towards real emotion, real love, so to speak, and and you're not forcing it anymore. You're starting to trust what feels genuine, and sometimes it's quite difficult because you don't know if the other person is feeling the same or not, or if the other person is, just making things up or whatever. So yeah, it's a beautiful picture, guys. Trust yourself, but don't be too wild. Yep, like I said, some spice is good, but too much spice the next day is not good. So, yes, be wild, but please have your boundaries and know yourself and be true to yourself and to the people and or the person in the relationship. So, yeah, that was a collective love energy. Really fun, really positive, and really colorful. Thank you, Turab. So if you could relate to that, tips are appreciated if you want to. If not, please feel free to purchase a reading from the Whatnot shop. Those of you on YouTube, the link's in my description, and I've also put it in the chat. So thank you very much. Welcome, JJ. Welcome, Sandra. I hope you're all having a lovely evening. We just did the collective love reading for everyone. It was very spicy. Everyone, we're feeling in the collective is going wild. I mean, it's summer vibes, right? The summer feeling, new love, fresh relationship, no care in the world. So, yeah, that was. If you want me to do a collective reading on another topic, feel free to message in the chat. Or if you'd like a personal reading, again, please um, visit the shop and you could purchase a personal reading. Tips, as always, are much appreciated if you can and if you're able to. Yeah, so if you'd like a topic for the collective, you can message a topic. But if you'd like a personal reading, you're more than welcome to purchase it from the shop. I mean, I've thought about putting a bidding on a reading, but I don't know how well that's going to work out. Um, it'd be pretty interesting to see how it works out. But yeah, if you'd also like a personal reading and you don't want it on Whatnot and you don't want it on a live, yeah, please feel free to check out my socials, and you can see other ways of getting a reading if you wish. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I do apologize. It doesn't show me. It's really poor. Um, okay. Okay. It might. Have you just bought it now? If you've just bought it now, it might just be updating. Give me a second. It hasn't shown me yet. Yeah, it hasn't come through. Has it gone through on your side? Okay. Bear with me a moment. Okay, cool. Yeah. Perfect. I can see it now. Yeah, sure. Ask ask away what you'd like. Feel free to ask your question. The angel drop, and we can have a detailed reading for yourself. Yep, sure, no problem. General reading coming right up. This is for the Angel's Shop Braintree. Thank you for your purchase. That's really appreciated. Okay. Love light. The moon. Oh wow. Okay, cool. There's been a lot of emotional up and down. These cards are beautiful. Okay, it in itself just tells a story. You know, you have the sun, and the moon is a reflection of the sun, and then you have a star. Okay, and it's just okay. So I think there's been a lot of emotional. You carry, you know, I think. Julia, okay. So Julia, before I start, I'd like you to just relax your shoulders. Please, just relax. It's all good in the hood. Just take it easy. Take a deep breath. Breathe with me. Just take a deep breath. I feel like you've been carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders for some reason. It's all going to work out in the end. I'll tell you that. It's all going to work out. It's been a lot of yeah. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Put your shoulders down. Relax. Let your body sink. You know, sink as in on the, if you're sitting on the sofa, let it sink on the sofa. If you're sitting, if you're lying down in bed, just let your body relax. Just unclench your body. You're holding a lot of tension. I think you should go for a massage. You should definitely go for a massage. Uh, yeah, that would be really helpful for you. And just spend some time and money on yourself. I think that's what's important here right now. Like even with the star card here, the energy is the person. You know, yeah. So I think you need to one just let go of something that's been on your mind. Whatever it is, it's gonna work out in your favor. And even if it doesn't, it will. So this is not me being general. This is me saying that this could obviously go either way. You know, if you leave it a chance, and I believe in God, and I think you know God can do wonderful miracles. But it's going to work out in your favor. But in the immediate, if you feel like it's not, that's subjective. If you feel like it hasn't gone in your favor, it later will turn up to show you that no, it worked in your favor, or that situation worked in your favor. So, you know, the sun, the moon, the star, they're all bright, they're all shiny, they're all powerful, and they all have their own sort of characteristics and personality traits, and they all, you know, function together somehow or the other. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, the moon, and then the stars come out the night, but the stars are also available, not available, but you can all, the stars are also there in the day sky, but you just can't see them. So I feel like you've been doing a lot of, like, you know, shape shifting for a very long time, and now it's caught up with you, all of this shape shifting, and hence why there's the tension and the tense shoulders. Um, so ultimately, with this whole the picture as a whole, you know, you're coming out of confusion. So, like I said, things are going to work out for you. You're not fully out of it. Um, there's something that you're scared of. It could potentially be the outcome of something. It could be a person. It could be. Uh, I think it's more of that you're scared. What if you're making the wrong decision? You know, the sun shows that there's a positive outcome around you. There's potential for happiness, the success, visibility, and you know, feeling like things are not being normal again, but beyond normal. You know, more satisfaction from life. You know, you've been through that heavy period now. You've lost your spark. You know, you're a very vibrant person, but recently you know, not you've lost it, and you don't know where it's gone. You know, but the sun card says that energy is coming back. You know, with open arms, you're welcoming that energy, which is brilliant. You know, you're not meant to stay stuck in this way that you are. You will come out of it, provided that the choices you make actively take you towards the person you want to become. Um, the low confidence will go away. You will start loving yourself. You already do. The element of you, that spark is there.
You for some reason or the other, you're waiting for something to light it. um you see what I'm saying? But like, this might sound silly, but a candle needs an external force to be for it to be lit, right? And then, but the night sky as such, yes, there are factors around it that make it the night sky and the star, but the star is always shining no matter what. The function of the sun is to provide light. Do you see what I'm saying? And the stars are always shining, but you can't see them during the day, but you can see them in the night. That's how you shall and you should continue to shine and keep that smile, and be just content with yourself throughout any situation. The sun is not there to give you darkness. The sun's primary role is the heat, the light it provides to Earth. So just like that, you have a core function, and that core function of you is your personality, that spark that for some reason has gone somewhere, but it's not gone completely. So it's coming back, and I think you need to welcome it and realize it and act on that feeling of your spark coming. So hence why I said, go for a massage, spend some time with yourself, on yourself, some money. uh, go out for, maybe if you like a particular restaurant, go out for a meal or a takeout, sorry. Order some food or just do something or anything that you like, but first please just relax your shoulders. Please, relax your shoulders. You will get there. Honestly, you'll get there. But a part of getting there includes you becoming that person that you're missing. Um, you're more of like, with the moon. It says, in the middle of the problem. There's fear, there's confusion, overthinking. There's a sort of emotional uncertainty. Some sort of, you feel as if you don't have the full picture, and that's what is obviously, and you can feel like you're drowning in the emotion. You're like, is someone hiding something from you? You're even questioning, why on earth do you feel so unsure? And you're also questioning, why am I not seeing things clearly? um, but don't make any decision at the moment without full information, but also out of fear or anxiety or any assumptions as such. And the star, in its full form, is about healing, faith, recovery, divine timing. So, like I said to you, you might think that something hasn't gone in your favor. It'll come back in a shape or form to show you that no, I've worked in the way that I should have for you. And you'll realize it very, um, not later, but you wouldn't see it immediately. But whatever the outcome, you're going to grow and become better, and it will be helpful to you, 100% helpful. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, but the situation, the outcome will, honestly, it will give you some sort of life force back. I can feel it. Um, but it also means that you shouldn't rush. You need to trust the process, and things don't happen overnight. So you are making a clear progress from confusion to clarity. There's hope. Yes, there is some certainty, but you ought to be honest with yourself, and that person that you're looking for, that spark that you think you've lost it, you haven't lost it. It's there within you. It will only take just one click of the. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. I just saw your message now. Okay. Yeah. So okay. I mean, I'm grateful that I was very accurate. I'm also grateful that you shared this information. So, Julie, I'm wishing a lot of love, a lot of light. You are the light. I'm telling you. Your function is, as a human, is to bring happiness to other people. Like you are that spark. You are that candle that lights other candles. So it's going to work out for you as a person as a whole. And yeah, it's really good vibes, it's positivity, and it's a genuine development and growth. So yes, please, don't worry at all. It's all going to be good. And just please, honestly, relax those shoulders and just take a deep breath. And if you can this weekend, go for a massage, or during the week, yes, it might sound silly, but it will really help you. It would provide, will help you get that clarity. But of course, if you'll need someone to speak to, there's of course, therapists or doctors. If there's any other help that you need, so please, yeah. So thank you for that. I do really appreciate it, and I'm wishing you a lot of love, a lot of light, and that spark within you. It's there, and it's going to be out very soon. So again, thank you very much for your purchase. Fantastic. Yeah. So that was for Julia. Thank you for your purchase, and thank you for sharing. If you'd like a personal reading, and please feel free to purchase it from the store. Be much appreciated. But if you'd like a general collective reading, please do feel free to put a topic in the chat, and I can do a general reading for the whole collective. So yeah, good evening to everyone. If you'd like a reading, please feel free to purchase it from the shop. And if you'd like a general collective reading about any general topic or anything like that, then you can also put in a topic. We've done money and career generally. We've done it's a general vibe check, and we've done love. So those that were here before, the love reading was very interesting to say the least. You could obviously go back and watch the what's it called, the recording on YouTube once it's uploaded. And if you do have YouTube, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel, The Golden Path Tarot. Um, I'm only, I think, when I last checked, 40 away from 1,000. So yeah, that's the story in Balamori so far. And then we've spoken about the weather and how to keep. You're very welcome. No worries. Yes, it didn't come through to me, but I didn't want to. Um, yeah, so that's okay. I do appreciate the honesty. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, Adam P. Welcome to the show. I hope you're having a lovely evening and enjoying. Was it Monday night tonight? Well, it's Tuesday now. So if you'd like a reading, please feel free to purchase it from the shop. And if you'd like a general collective reading on a particular topic for everyone, also please feel free to message that in the chat.
It's very hot today. Very, very hot. It's boiling. It's very humid. We were discussing how to keep the dogs cool during this time with the heat. If you have any tips on that as well, please feel free to um, put the tips on how to keep dogs cool in this weather in the chat. If you like a reading, please feel free to purchase it from the shop. And if you'd like a general collective reading for everyone, then you can just write the topic and I'll just do a vibe check on that sort of topic and see what everyone's feeling. But if you're new here, welcome to the Golden Path Tarot. Thank you for spending your evening, your morning with me and listening to my voice. And if you do have YouTube, please do subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Less than 50, only 40 away from 1,000 subscribers. Yes, it has come through. I do really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That has come through, Julia. Thank you. If you can, I would appreciate if you could share it with your friends and family. If they'd like a reading, they can feel free to get in touch or join on Whatnot. Those on YouTube, please feel free to join Whatnot if you can. The link and the QR code is on the video, and the link is in my bio, or my description rather. And if not, then please look at the other links provided in the chat. Hi Shannon, welcome to the show. Hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, wherever you are. If you'd like a reading, please feel free to purchase it from the shop. If you want a collective general feel for everyone on a particular topic for everyone, then please feel free to write that topic in the chat. We could do a collective vibe check on that particular topic. Okay. I can do a 10 card reading as well if you want to. I just haven't included that on. I can do a longer reading. That's no problems at all. Um, I can do a longer reading. There's no problem with that. If you can just message me and I can do a private private reading for you. We can go through anything and everything you want in detail. It's not a problem at all. I can do, yes. I'm limited by what I can say on whatnot at the moment. So, Julia, to answer your question, yes, I can do a very, very detailed reading if you want to. If you can, and if you're able to, please just do search on um, yeah on here. It gets a bit difficult sometimes with the style of tarot reading, but on a one-to-one it can be a lot more detailed. So that's why in the title I've written a 3 card reading, because sometimes it can get really busy and then sometimes it won't be busy at all. So yeah, I do, but just given how Whatnot doesn't really support this sort of work, it's more product based, more product oriented. But if you check out my social media, you can find a way to contact me. Probably might get banned for this, but do have a look at my um, YouTube. On YouTube and on TikTok, you can see exactly how to get in touch. Yeah. So my email address is the Golden Path Tarot at proton.me, and we can organize a live call for you, and then I can pull as many cards, any questions, and it'll be more focused and more detailed. So it's yeah, these platforms can be quite restrictive. So I do appreciate you asking about that. Thank you so much. If there's anyone else that would like a reading, please do feel free to purchase it from the Whatnot shop. If not, I will be logging off shortly. So yeah, now I would say get your bids in now, but obviously there's no auction. Oh, okay, no worries at all. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you. Just a quick look at YouTube, just once again before closing. Hi, Kerry. Welcome to the show. Hope you're doing well. If you'd like a reading, please feel free to purchase it from the shop and we can have a detailed reading. It's a 3 card reading. It can be about anything and everything that you'd like about your life or any other questions that you may have. I'll be logging off in a couple of minutes, but if you'd like a reading, more than happy to stay on. Hi, Tama, Tikatama. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Jenny. Welcome to the show. If you'd like a reading, please feel free to purchase from the show. From the shop, not from the show. What am I saying? Been on for too long. Yeah, please feel free to purchase it from the shop, and we can have a detailed reading. If you'd like a general kind of vibe check of everyone that's watching, then please feel free to write the topic that you'd like the collective reading to be on. Oh, yeah. Okay. If not, then this is good night from me. Really appreciate everyone spending their time on the show with me and participating. It really means a lot. Thank you, Julia, for your detailed reading purchase. It really means a lot. I really hope it's provided you with some clarity and some focus. And generally for everyone, you know, just like how I said in Julia's reading, that the sun's function is to provide light and warmth. You know, we have our one or few functions that we're out here to do, and that's, it's to give hope, provide clarity, help one another, and just generally be, happy people. The world is a beautiful place, so I really hope that I can make a difference. And if I have made a difference, do please feel free to leave a tip. But otherwise, go out there, conquer the world. You're amazing people, and you've got brilliant energy. So just keep doing what you're doing, but trust yourself, believe in yourself, and most importantly, love yourself. And yeah, you're unstoppable. Oh, hi, is that Michelle? Hi, Michelle. I was just about to go, but if you'd like a reading, please feel free to purchase from the shop. I'm more than happy to stay on and do a reading. Okay, stay on for 1 more minute, and then it'll be good night. That's my stomach growling. Can't hear it. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Otherwise, if you weren't able to get a reading today, you can visit the shop when I'm offline as well, and I can sort out a reading afterwards as well. No issues. Please do check out my socials like YouTube. That would mean a lot. So thank you very much to everyone, and have a lovely day ahead, I suppose. Yeah, have a lovely day, and wishing you a lot of happiness, health, good wealth. And what's going on here? If there's anyone, I can see there's like 3 people still here. So if you'd like a reading, please feel free to um, um, buy a reading, and I can happily stay on. If not, okay. No worries. That's good night from me, guys. Thank you very much for spending some time on the show. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.